Weather's chief meteorologist, Chase Jones.
I'm going to stay out of the way for a little while, watching a lot of that convection in the afternoon now. Zach's getting better at the weather. In fact, the entire KSAN team, including Zoe, getting pretty good at doing the weather. I see Brian and Griff putting on plenty of sunscreen, big hats, drinking plenty of water and Gatorade as they get out there and film two-a-days. But trust me, we're on the countdown towards school, and we're going to see some cooler weather, but also keeping Labor Day in the crosshairs. It's on the horizon. Now, temperatures over the last 24 hours going from those triple digits all the way down into those lower 70s and all the way up into those mid-60s as we see some of that cloud cover make its way in. Here comes that cold front all the way down from the north. It caused a lot of problems up through Minnesota all the way down into Nebraska throughout the entire weekend, and it's finally making its way here as some light rain with some cooler temperatures. 94 in San Angelo, everybody else, and a combination of those mid to lower 90s across the entire area. Seeing some cooler weather make its way in with that cloud cover for a cooler day to the second week of August, and by the end of it, we'll be halfway through August already, and then by then it'll be September, and fall is right around the corner. 98 in Robert Lee, 97 down there in Junction, 3 degrees across the entire Concho Valley, unless you want to count the cold pocket over there in Brady and El Dorado. So of course those lower elevations, but humidity indices are on the rise. Dew points are in those 50s and those 60s, while humidity indices are in those 30s across the entire board. So we'll see how much they make their way in by tonight, with some of that cloud cover giving up just outside of the Concho Valley. Now, moisture tracker is going to show you a little bit of concentrations of orange, with a hurricane, if not tropical-like activity, pushing off towards the west. Now, that's going to weaken the high pressure across the entire southern part of the United States, while we still continue to see strong low pressure systems try to cool us off as we get closer towards fall. Now, upper level pattern showing you the heat dome over the four corners completely diminishing, while we keep our eye on the high pressure around Florida. Those tropics not really getting organized. I know last week I said there would be a hurricane on its way, not looking like a whole lot of activity. They're still trying to keep itself there in that area, but there's not a whole lot of hurricane fuel out there. Take a good look. By next week, school going strong. There is some tropical activity off the East Coast, but nothing here in the Concho Valley. Now, water vapor imagery showing us the strong convection swirling around parts of Kansas. Pretty dynamic, while we see that convection right here in the Concho Valley. Now, this is what Zach was talking about earlier. Severe weather outlook just going around us right now, around the panhandle, but we take it down to the surface because now we're getting a better idea of some of this rain that's trying to make its way in. Now, there is the cold front, but you see how it's running into some of that lower elevation, those thermal lows, some of that activity where it's pretty much dealing with that sort of heat wave that's been pushing through the past couple of days. But when we zoom in on the convection just behind me right now, that's what's keeping us just in time from some of that blazing heat. Now, radar is going strong, still tracking pockets of moisture, but Futurecast is going to show you where we're going to continue to watch it make its way through the rest of tonight and into tomorrow morning, but stopping just shy of the Concho Valley. As we get closer towards tomorrow evening, going to see a little bit of that afternoon thunderstorm activity and then make its way in by Wednesday morning. But you see how that cold front trying to make its way through and force us into that afternoon thunderstorm pattern. But you know how my model is pretty ambitious, so we'll see if it doesn't want to show up or not. So tonight, all the way back down into those lower 70s, but I'm going to continue to track this rain. Then tomorrow, a good run at those lower 90s, but we're watching out for some of that afternoon thunderstorm activity because we definitely want to see some of this cooler weather with those days getting shorter as we close in on the first day of school. Going to gradually warm back up into those upper 90s, but I promise you the cloud cover will stick around. Stay tuned. We'll have more of the break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.